Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Stormforge Productions. I'm Isaac Tate, I own the place. Our tabletop role-playing game, The Ruined Age, has a unique and interesting magic system, which allows the players to create nearly any sort of effect that they can think of. However, this magic system is a written system. It is meant to be drawn, painted, carved, or even sculpted. Our previous series of videos looked at this written magic system, showing you how every part of it worked. The link for those videos will be in the description box below. This series of videos will take that magic system out of the Ruined Age and modify it so that it can be a spoken, chanted, spell-like system. If you are familiar with the magic system, then this video should be fairly easy for you. The first step needed to turn this magic system into something more suited for traditional high fantasy is to be able to speak the magic system. No wizard or mage is complete without chanting their magic spells. When using this, the runes and arrays would then act as your mage's spellbook. The way the magic system is set up is similar to logical or computer code. This means that it can be read, even though it may seem a bit awkward. Let's work with an example to represent it visually. Our trusty basic campfire array will do quite well. If you were to describe this array to someone, you would say something along the line of a small fire that is created, sustained, and contained. Just with this basic explanation, you're already very close to reading the arrays. Let's change that sentence into something a little bit more descriptive. Fire, modified by small, affected by create and sustain and contain. There you go. Now you have perfectly described what the array is and have mentioned every rune and their connections to each other. This is a basis for reading the arrays, and if you want to keep it at this level for your games, it should work great. Just make up some nonsense words for the runes and their connections and you're away laughing. You can, however, keep going, making your spells and incantations more complex. So let's take a look at a complex array and see how you can read that. Here we see the fiery platform array from our second video. It shows a problem immediately: how to read and speak an array inside a larger array. Let's start by describing this array to someone else like we did with the campfire array. It is a large circular stone that is created, floated, inside a containment field that excludes water, and is affected by a secondary array, where a large, slow fire is sustained, and that array is also created. It is a bit wordy, isn't it? And it doesn't quite get across the image and meaning of the array. So let's make it a little bit more descriptive and a little bit more technical. Stone, modified by large and circle, affected by create and float, and contain, modified by large, excluding water, and a secondary array fire, modified by large and slow, modified by slow, modified by slow, affected by sustain and create. It's better, but there is still confusion about what goes where and what is affecting what else. This can easily be fixed, and so our final incantation will be open bracket, stone, modified by large and circle, close bracket, affected by create and float, and open bracket, contain, modified by large, excluding water, close bracket, and open, square bracket, open bracket, fire, modified by large and slow, modified by slow, modified by slow, close bracket, affected by sustain, close square bracket, affected by create. Two things are easily apparent. One is that it's very wordy. Secondly is that the brackets solve everything. Just like in grammar or math, brackets make your life easier. The only difference here is that you have to speak the bracket in order for it to work. There are two types of brackets. The normal parentheses brackets are used for modifying and excluding runes, and the square brackets are used for arrays inside larger arrays. Now you can make as complex a spell as you want and still be as accurate as if you're saying a basic campfire array. There is just one detail left. When you are casting your very complex spell, you don't want to go off prematurely when you take a breath or pause to remember the next line. You want it to work when you are completely finished with it. This is the easiest part, as you simply put start at the beginning of your spoken spell and stop at the end. You don't need anything more than that. At this point, your spells are already better than most magic systems you'll find in tabletop RPGs. However, you might be looking for something with a little bit more action than just opening a spellbook and chanting in pseudo-Latin. There are 7 runes which you can use in your spoken arrays to specify where your magic originates from. These are great to use if you want to actually throw a fireball or blast a laser from your mouth. These location runes are mouth, left and right hands, left and right feet, waist, and skin. The waist location acts as if you are the centrum of the array, and the array is a hula hoop around you. This is good if you want to create a force field against incoming attacks. The skin location means that the magic comes from every part of your skin. So if you want to make your skin glow, this is the one for you. These location runes are easy to use. All you have to do is put them outside an array and then draw an affecting line towards the array. If you want to speak this part of the spell, you just add from mouth or from skin or from waist or whatever to the end of your spoken spell. For example, this is how the campfire array looks like when it originates from the right hand. To speak it, you simply say start, fire, modified by small, affected by create and sustain and contain, stop, from right hand. And now you're holding a campfire in your hand. And there you have it. Now you can use the arrays in your traditional high fantasy games, and your wizards can cast any spell that you can think of. The only thing left to do is to create some made-up, nonsense words for your magic spells, and you're done. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned.